Greetings, GameCola faithful, and welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Warrior 2. As always, I'm James.
I'm Jetty.
I'm Nathaniel.
And I'm Matt. Hi.
Hey, where'd you come
Whoa,
from?
Ah!
I came from the far-off land of It's Been a While, but I'm back.
Awesome.
Wow,
Our first
what's
real special guest.
What's it like?
And
And
we've
it's
been
been a
promising
while,
for
but
how
I'm
many
back.
episodes?
Wait, am I a real special guest or am I real special guest?
Oh.
You
Special
all
guest, comma, real.
all
Awesome.
Yeah, all of them at once, I suppose.
Well, I'm happy to be all of them at once, I suppose.
So, Matt, now that
Yeah.
you're here, this is perfect. Can you recap what we did last episode for our viewers?
Yeah. Could you imagine if I actually got this right? So, when we last played Dragon Warrior 2, we were colored blue and we walked around on a lot of green.
Yeah.
Let's check.
That's accurate, I think.
Hey,
Yeah, not inaccurate.
Cool.
Yeah.
you got 1/3 of
Yep.
the coloring right.
Oh, sure.
All right, but
We made our way from the entire other side of the continent, basically, fighting a bunch of monsters, scaling a tower, leaping off of it, fighting some more monsters, rescuing someone in a town, and we got a ship
Dying.
out of the whole ordeal, and now we have the entire ocean open to us.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay, excellent.
And I think they were saying that the old land of Alefgard, the place from the first game, is just to the east.
Hmm.
So let's ignore
There
it.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that! It plays the
Oh, I know where
theme
we
from the
are.
original.
This is one of my favorite things about Dragon Warrior 2.
So I take it you've played Dragon Warrior 2, Matt.
I have. It's been a little while since the last time, but I have fully finished it. And it's a rockin' good time.
This version, not any other remakes.
This version, yep, I'm a purist, as you guys know.
I don't remember any of these.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
don't-
been like, what, 100 years since the first game?
The evolution has taken place.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Okay.
Please don't die on the first encounter with our new special guest.
I will try
Yeah,
not to.
I
I'm
will be
gonna
very
stop
disappointed.
spell the demi-ghosts.
Sounds, yeah.
And
Does
then
stop spell do all of them or just one?
it does
all
a
of them.
group.
I think it does everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and Infernos.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we
an
might
understandable amount of
actually.
pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. No.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, we might.
Now-
Okay, we got one.
Now, we technically don't need to be here yet. We could go exploring somewhere else and maybe
That's
level up a
true.
bit before returning.
That's true. This is just the place
Oh.
that we had like heard about from townsfolk and such. So
And it's where the game kind of is directing us toward, but at
Yeah.
the same time.
I mean,
Mhm.
it's
Wouldn't be
right
Dragon
there.
Warrior without grinding. So.
yeah. Let's see. Listen, we don't call it grinding. We call it training.
Mm.
We're
It
becoming
wouldn't be a Dragon
stronger.
Warrior without calling it training.
All right. I did notice that Infernos appeared to miss some of the enemies.
Yeah.
So I think Illith. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Orfeo I think should heal Illith. Illith might still attempt to Infernos, or I'm debating whether or not
Yeah.
to parry.
Don't
I do
parry.
Infernos, yeah, in the state that we're in, where we haven't defeated them yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So it had no effect on some of them. All right.
Interesting.
Now GameCola is in a bad way. Okay, the Mudman did not deal significant damage. Let's heal GameCola.
Yeah.
And now
Maybe now
I
you
think
can
we want to
parry?
parry, because if I use like, since I have mostly. You know what? Actually, let's have GameCola fights. Let's have Orfeo fight. Let's just
Are
fight.
you sure you both want to pile up on the Demighost? Did that take any damage from any of the fireballs?
I don't believe it
I
has
think it
taken
took the
any
first
damage.
fireball.
Okay.
Did it?
But did it?
Okay.
It didn't take damage from the second one. That one I'm sure of.
All right, well, the Mudman's not doing much at the moment, so that's probably fine.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have Illy
As long as
parry.
the Mudman doesn't have any other special tricks we haven't seen.
I sure hope not.
Oh, okay, well, it was
good.
necessary.
Yeah, that was
Good call.
fantastic.
Okay, hey. Yeah, regardless.
Wow,
Nice.
GameCola did a lot more
Nice,
damage
very
against
good.
the Mudman there than Orfeo, but
Is that a lot of EXP?
I think it
compared to
is. That
previously?
seems substantial, but that was also
That is
quite a
pretty
few
good
enemies.
for this level, yeah.
Okay, heal up.
So,
GameCola.
are we going to assume that slightly out of our view currently is the town of, what was it, Hamlin? Or no,
Hamlin's from this game. I think Garenham.
Garenham. That's what I'm. Yeah.
Aaron Hamlin.
It seemed, yeah, Garen Hamlin. So I do notice. I wonder if this world has kind of been shrunk down a little bit because I thought I saw
It-
the swamp that was
yeah.
right by the
It definitely
cave.
has been. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a
it's
one
definitely-
swan.
Yeah.
I-
And in
Garenham
fact,
is
there's a
not
whole town
here.
that's not there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
where.
but there's where Erdrick's a cave used to be. It collapsed.
Yeah. But there
Oh.
is the.
The castle and the town have been merged into one.
Yep.
Eminent domain. Thou hast come to stand.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Matt, of course we're going to need to read through all of the NPC dialogue
But
out
of
loud.
course, shall I take it from here?
Please do.
Thou hast come to Tantigal Castle, or however you guys pronounce that, because I've heard it a lot.
Yep.
We all pronounce it differently every time we say it.
We don't have. Yeah. We don't have the trippy barrier, fancy fountain thing in the center of the castle.
Yeah,
It's
the-
been.
No.
We've
Castle shrank.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, they
say
got rid
even
of
the
the only
castle
floor
has
hazard.
shrunk a bit.
They renovated. They turned the prison into a chapel or whatever.
Ooh, but this guy still heals my MP, I believe.
Interesting.
Yay.
Let's check actually. Heal our various. I'm just gonna heal. Okay. So I have 52 or 42 MP. Yes. Haha.
Yep.
Mm.
Very nice.
I've
but
gotten
so the
spoiled
way.
by the later Dragon Warrior games where you can just click a button to have everybody automatically heal all.
Yeah.
And you don't need to think about
and-
it.
Yeah, and that was really nice in Dragon Quest 8. Although in Dragon Quest 11 they added a handy heal all, which doesn't waste any MP, so it will heal to just under full if another cast of a healing spell would go over max, which I think is kind of nice. So the way that talking to NPCs works, we basically rotate. So I can do the next
So
one.
that,
and then
that
we'll-
means you will be spinning as you do your dialogue. Makes the microphone harder,
Yeah.
harder for the
Yep,
microphone
it's,
to pick
it's
it up.
really a
That's okay.
pain in the butt for recording and editing, but you know what?
My headphone wire gets all tangled.
Yep. Welcome to the House of Healing. What service dost thou require? All right, revival. There, I think GameCola will live now. That's one of my favorite things. Is just like revive someone who's not dead. There, I think they'll live.
I can't be 100% sure.
Yep. Ooh.
Jetty?
To the noble descendant of Erdrick, I bid welcome. Of experience points, GameCola needs 2,654 to reach the next level. Of experience... Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to read all
I-
this.
Yeah.
Ooh, Illis very close to a level up.
That's good.
Although there is no king here, I can save thy deeds. Shall I do this?
No. Yeah.
That's just a good quote to add to the everyday vernacular. Just
What, shall
when
I do
people are
this?
talking to you. No, although there is no king here.
There is no king here. I can certainly save thy deeds.
It's good that the princess is almost leveled up. I remember her being very difficult to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
When I last played Dragon Warrior 2, she's so squishy.
So something we discovered from Dragon Warrior 1 is that depending on what name you give your character, you get different stats at each level up. And what we determined in this game is that the name of your second and third party member differs depending on the name you give your main character.
Yes.
And we're conjecturing that their stats also might change depending on their names, because so far, this group is having a heck of a better time than I had when I played this game like 2 decades ago.
Yeah, I did
The last
notice.
time that I played, I had an Orfeo, but I didn't have an Illith. I had a Peta, and that was her whole name.
Interesting. I think that was one of the names. We looked up all the possible names, but I
Yeah.
did notice that this character, although they sort of join us at level 1, their HP and MP were not too far behind. Like their HP and MP were far above what the hero's HP and stuff were at his level 1. So they at least attempted somewhat to scale the levels. And I think that's honestly, I like that.
Yeah. Nathaniel.
What? Oh, that's why you're calling. I was waiting for a question or something.
Sorry.
Pardon me, stranger, but I had a vision, and in it, descendants of the great hero Erdrick came to us in our need. Ah, so it was true. Thou art truly welcome.
All right, wonderful.
Long ago, Princess Quaylin departed over the sea, but thy companion is her twin in appearance.
Oh,
What?
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought they meant literally.
Yeah. Nope.
That like when she left, she brought a companion with her who was her twin, and I was like,
Yeah.
that happen?
Okay. So basically, it's Orphea.
Yeah,
Wait, no, that's not right. Ooh, hast thou heard of the sunken... Wait.
yeah, James.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Hast thou
Sorry.
heard of the sunken treasure? Yes. The pirate ship sank in the wide seas of the north. All right, hang on. What happens if I say no? Speak to the merchantman in Leonport.
Which is where we just came
What?
from.
Yes.
So I do like that the other guy would probably just tell you it exists, go ask the other guy, right?
Yeah.
Come here when thou art afflicted by a curse.
But wait, I thought the
We
other
caught him
house
by
of healing...
surprise.
I thought the other... yeah. I thought the other house of healing could also deal with curses. So why do we have
Well,
two
let's see
people?
how this works. Let's get cursed and then come back here.
Right. Sounds like a great idea.
Yes, this is Tentacool.
Speaking of Pokemon.
We deal
James,
in
that was-
weapons and armor.
That was before the recording started.
Yep. Well, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh,
The viewers aren't going to know about that.
yeah. Speaking of
Giant hammer.
Speaking of equipment, by the way, I noticed that we sold the iron spear that GameCola had when we got him his new weapon. That was
Who
a
did
bad
that?
move because Orfeo, we saw in episode 6 that Orfeo could equip that. So Orfeo was technically behind on equipment. So we wasted a little bit.
So one thing that is worth reiterating is that the Wizard's Wand can be used as an item to cast Fireball at any time with no MP cost, and you can give that to everyone even if they're not equipping it as a weapon.
Interesting. I wonder
Now
though,
that's interesting.
does its damage depend on the user's magic attack stats?
I believe it is a set amount of damage.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
is
so
it?
it's different.
Would be my guess.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so we've got quite a fair bit of fancy new equipment to strive for. The giant hammer seems very interesting.
I'm still laughing at clothes hiding.
Yeah. It's like, where did they go? They're hiding. Which is funny
The
because...
giant hammer,
Mhm.
I'm going to assume, is a normal-sized hammer that kills giants.
Maybe so. Or maybe it was a hammer wielded by giants, but that just happens to be
Oh.
normal size.
Yeah.
Actually, that's Grant's hammer. It's just another NES typo, like they all are. Give it back to him.
Grand hammer. Interesting. All
Giant
right.
Garen Hamlin hammer.
Garen
Man.
hammer.
Uh,
All right.
I do always think about, there was
well,
the...
There
Hey!
is a king here. What are you
The
talking
king-
about?
Wait a minute. The king went missing. He's just trapped behind a gold door that no one can open.
How much you
I
want to
just,
bet that healer just stashed the king away and is like, oh, there's no king here?
I gave everybody explicit instructions to make sure everyone thought that I was away. I'm reading my books.
Maybe. Whoa.
Dragon's
the
Bane.
dragon's
Ooh.
we heard about this, but that is extremely expensive.
That's very expensive.
What did they say it was for?
I don't remember exactly. They said that, well...
Diddy, you have access to an internet, right?
I mean, I do, but we could also just, go back across the
we
ocean
could probably
and ask
go back
the guy
to
who
Leonport
said
and
it.
check.
Oh, hold on.
Now, what's out and about around here?
And I'm blanking. Did we actually go upstairs?
No, we did not go to those other
No.
one.
Is it my turn?
Actually, it might be my turn, because I think Matt was just reading the shopkeep, the
Yeah.
equipment store. The golden key opens the red door, too. Actually, I need to know, can we walk around the edge? And, okay, no, we cannot.
Oh, good. We didn't immediately get attacked after leaving the building.
Yeah, which has been happening a lot lately.
So, it would seem, that the Dragon's Bane is like the Dragon's Scale.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it reduces the effectiveness of sleep. I think it might also do stop spell, if I remember.
Oh, yeah, so, sorry, what you said before, that the king just told everyone to tell everyone that he's not here.
that's amazing.
I forgot that. I did not remember that.
That's
You're
actually,
not gonna
that's
hang
actually
out on the
hilarious. What is it?
I said you're not going to hang out on the throne? I mean,
Oh,
don't go back now
well.
at this point, but...
Yeah.
Listen, it's not my throne. It would be wrong.
Which is precisely why you do it. It's a video game.
Oh, they let you have a shortcut through there.
Yeah, they
so that
do.
you don't have to,
One
go all the way
mudman
around.
and two mudmen appeared.
That really does sound like the start to a children's book.
I always wondered why they do this. Is it just because two of them have slightly differing stats?
It's because we have spells that hit an entire group of enemies, so if you break them into smaller groups, that spell is less effective.
I also imagine that it just is just a natural occurrence due to how the battle generation works, is that they say, all right, give me 1 to 3 enemy presets, and so we have a preset of enemies which is one mudman. We also have a preset of enemies which is a group of 2 mudmen, and so they can happen to generate at the same time.
Gotcha.
That's always been my assumption about it, is that it simply looks for, you can generate this number of one or more enemies, and then they can sometimes have duplicates. All right, so let's go talking to people here. We've already talked to most of these people. I want to see... Yeah, it's changed much.
Now, one thing I do wonder about is, are we to take this map literally, as this is exactly what Alefgard looks like now? Or do we kind of leave some room up for interpretation, like this is just a general sense of what the overworld looks like? All of those other towns still exist, but they're not relevant here, so we're just not allowing you to enter them.
That's
That's
probably
kind
my
of
guess.
the way that I feel. It reminds me of when you go back to the Kanto region in Gold, Silver, and Crystal Pokemon, and Viridian Forest is like a shadow of its former self, but it's still Viridian Forest. They're just kind of deconstructing it for you a little bit there.
Matt, so here's a question, just completely
Sure.
arbitrarily. Are you familiar at all with the 7th Saga?
I am. I believe I picked it up for one of my.
Do we have a new boat? Because this is not where we parked.
They're now going
Guys,
to be
we
2
figured
boats
it out.
when we exit.
We did it, guys. We have an infinite boat exploit.
Infinite boat cheat.
Yep.
I picked
Sorry,
up
you-
the 7th Saga for one of my yard sailing adventures, and I wrote about it in This Yard Has Sailed, and I remember you commented on it saying, "How could you do this?" Something like that.
Yes.
Here we are, so that's the clue we were looking for.
Yes.
So, more pertinent to Grant's hammer. I always think about, there's 2 monsters in the 7th Saga. One is called the Spydeck, and the other one is the Soy Deck. And I'm pretty confident that a non-native English speaker hand wrote the translations of the names,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then what?
nothing here. Dead end.
What are you talking about? There's a slime and a demighost.
Do
And
we
they will
want
meet
to-
a dead end.
Do we want to check in the swamp? It's a smaller swamp. We could check the entirety of the swamp, search it,
Do we think
just to see if there's anything.
Do we think that we have a? Do we think that
We went
Erdrick's
and we
armor
put-
is still there again?
Yeah, we put Erdrick's token back where we found it after the end of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I think that a non-native English speaker hand
It
wrote
was
the
in the
translations.
swamp,
Yeah,
not in the mountains.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
curious because this is just here.
that would make
so
sense.
Yeah.
I
I
should
see,
have
I
see.
healed.
And then another non-native English speaker read the translations and put them back in the game,
Mm-hmm.
so that the R looked vaguely like a K, and they couldn't quite figure out, Spydek, right? It's supposed to be a spider, and Soydek is supposed to be a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The
I
L
see.
turned into an I, and the R again turned into a K.
It's interesting.
That's always-
I kind of never questioned it, actually. I just thought to myself, oh, it's a fantasy. They can name whatever they want to, right?
Yeah,
But it makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense now that you put it that way.
yeah, that's always been my assumption.
It's a lot more disappointing when you think of it that way, but also it's
Yeah.
probably correct.
Yeah.
Let's heal up.
Yeah, indeed.
One of my favorite instances of that, which I am positive I've talked about on some GameCola recording, might have even been the previous game, is playing Lufia the Legend Returns for the Game Boy. There are enemies that are sort of like vaguely pig-looking things called oaks, O-A-K. And I'm like, why am I fighting trees that don't look like trees? And then I thought about it a little while. I'm like, orcs.
Yep.
They're orcs. Actually, my wife might have been the one to point that out. Like, not oaks.
Well, they
Yeah.
did that mistake in Crystallis, didn't they?
Yep.
The village of Oak is supposed to be orc?
They
yeah.
are supposed to be orcs.
What?
Yeah.
That makes even
somebody
less
didn't-
sense.
Somebody didn't watch my Crystallis translation comparison video.
Someone clearly did not.
Now, see, I'm over here just like, there's a village called Leaf. Surely it makes sense that there would also be a village called Oak.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
But yes, these things and more
Then-
are explained in another video on the GameCola
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
So if that's
a very good one at
oh
that.
dear. All right, I am
Oh,
going to run
boy.
away.
Hmm. Magic baboon.
Try to run away. Oh, and
Yes.
succeed.
Nice run. Yeah, I don't like the magic baboons. I don't like the regular baboons.
Yeah, I don't like
Right,
the
yeah.
regular baboons either. All right, running again.
Hmm.
Good run.
Until we're sure how we feel about these.
Yeah,
We can never just
they're
get
they're chasing
a
us.
baboon in
back.
isolation.
Yeah.
We can never
Or-
just get like one or two to test out how
Yeah,
much
just-
damage do they actually do to us, how much damage do they take. It's always like, let's just bloat the entire screen with baboons.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope, there is no path. Oh, whew.
Okay.
All right.
This is my favorite baboon.
Cute.
Yep. yeah.
Oh man, leveling up. Here we go.
Yep. Da-da-da-da.
Now, why are we going the long way? Well, maybe
because
we're
I
not gonna
thought
want
that
to.
there
Or
was
does-
not a short way because I am unobservant.
That's okay, we can still go this way. We hadn't explored up to the northeast of here.
Yes. However, that goes over. Yeah. Hang on a second. Can I?
Are we afraid?
Okay,
of
I
them
can't
now?
go up that way. No, too many.
We took
No, I
on
totally
two of
think
these
four
before, didn't
gremlins
we?
are okay.
They
We
have-
could
they
totally
have-
take on four gremlins.
They have Infernos. That's fine. We just
I take back what I said.
you can still. Yeah. That's fine. But I feel like we could have done something. Maybe not. Yeah.
But I seem to recall, isn't that the same monster that we fought to effectively get the ship? And they only took like 2 hits.
Oh yeah.
They were
Yes,
a lot weaker
but-
than we
Go talk to
expected.
the other guy first.
Oh yes, to remove the curse of death.
The guy
curse
who
of
heals your
death.
magic. Oh yeah, well that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just any of them, all of the above.
Before
Before we go and spend money.
Too many instructions.
Yeah, honestly, gremlins aren't very strong. They have a tendency to score some lucky hits on you. So.
Oh, this is not the
wait.
House of Healing. This is the House of Experience Telling. No, I don't quite want to save these deeds.
But yes, you do want to continue that quest.
Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, it's the other guy.
The too many instructions bit reminds me of the Space Quest adventure cast, which is the robot administrator of let's stop making additional. It's like understood. I will do blah 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 blah, and then additional thing understood. Okay, let's stop making additional requests because we may not be understood at one point.
Yeah, so anyone new to the channel watching this, definitely check out Jetty's Crystallis versus Nazca Valley of the Wind comparison video, or Noshka, I think is how it was pronounced in the version I watched, and the Space Quest Adventure Cast, both on GC.net.
Oh, interesting.
So that you can know what we're talking about. Good stuff.
So, actually, I was gonna say, why am I going to the town when I can just heal more and then recover MP? The thing that I did notice though is that
You noticed?
Yes, the thing that I noticed is that that we talked to the magic restoring person. Huh?
You're not fully healed.
Now
I
heal
think,
everybody else.
Oh, interesting. Yes, that is a good point.
Yeah.
The thing I noticed is that when I talked to the person who restored MP, while Illy was dead, she did not recover her MP. So you have to be
Because she was
alive in
dead.
order for that person
Well,
to
wait,
actually heal your MP.
now let's save, because
Yeah,
I don't
now
think we've actually had a hard save
let's-
since like early last episode, maybe.
Well, we saved earlier this episode.
Oh, did we?
Yes,
When we got
caught
here?
the-
Yes, that's right, we did.
Yes, although there is no king here,
Yes.
I can save thy deeds.
But just because you can save thy deeds doesn't mean that we did the deeds of the saving.
Yeah.
Saving deeds.
All right,
Sorry,
and
I do
and the
want to
boat
also-
comes over here. Actually, hang on a
Oh.
minute.
Oh, wait, is that where we left the boat? Or wait,
That is not where we left the boat, but whatever.
All
Oh,
right,
we
let's
cast
check
return.
out.
The boat floats
Yeah.
with us.
Yep, let's
Yeah.
check
Dragon Lord's
out.
body is still here.
Let's check out the Dragon Lord's castle. This is not going to end well, I'm sure.
so we fought a mummy man, but we haven't fought a gorgon because that is not a
That's not the same one that we found in the tower.
Yeah, Medusa ball.
I don't know that sleep's gonna work. I would have gone for surround myself.
Sorry, and I will also say to those watching, as we are telling you to go watch other videos of ours, if you're watching this in the future, we are still around. We are still making things. You don't have to be surprised when you say something on the video, make a comment, and we reply.
Yeah,
Every
this
channel,
is a good
every
point.
channel that you come across, that you find a video that's from several years ago, has not just immediately been completely abandoned.
Yep.
We are still here, and we are still playing video games.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
I
that
know
is-
that it is currently the year 2200, but
Oh. Yeah. In the year
Maybe.
2200,
Maybe.
we may. You have right to be surprised. It's our grandchildren are keeping the channel alive. Still commenting.
still playing Crystallis every year.
Yep. I remember when I used to play this game with my grandparents.
Can you believe Crystallis 2 still hasn't come out?
Oh man. One of these days, SNK will get back to it.
Maybe in the year 2300. Stay tuned, guys. 100
Yeah.
more years.
Yep.
That's on my game design bucket list. I don't know that I'm going to do any other game design in my life at this point because I've had the last many years consumed by it. But if I ever do get back into game design, one of my bucket list items is a Crystallis like pseudo sequel fan game.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, actually.
And I know what I want to do for it too. It's just a matter of gotta find an actually competent programmer and gotta find someone who can do graphics. Decide on whether we want to do NES style graphics or bump it up to Super Nintendo style graphics. But I can do all the writing, I can do all the level design, I can, once I have things in place, I can do some degree of programming if I'm cribbing from other people's code. Music, of course, I'd need a composer, and we need a healer too, otherwise the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah,
Wait, Orf is the one who casts outside, isn't he?
yes, he is.
Well, we're gonna get outside real quick when the Not King comes to rescue us.
I mean, we could also just reset.
That's true. We've accomplished very little.
Well, we survived, but both of our allies are in Delaware.
Yeah.
DE. They're not dead. They just went on vacation. They said, screw this. This hero doesn't know what he's doing. He's taking us into the final dungeon from the last game.
I went to the rest stop outside Wilmington. I always stop by on my way to MagFest. There's a Popeyes there. Check it out.
Previously, the joke I made was that they turned German.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Mr. Rossetti comes in here. What do you think you're doing?
I did go to MagFest this year. I saw Diana there, but I didn't get the chance to say hello because we were several rows back during the Throne Controllers panel. But I did go, and I got very sick, but I am okay now.
Oh, yeah. That's why we didn't record last week.
Yep. I came down
between that and the random power outage.
Oh, yeah.
2 Mana Wars.
Mana Wars. These guys are not scary.
That was what
like
destroyed the world in
heal
Secret of Mana,
slimes.
wasn't it? The Mana War.
Yeah.
that was what destroyed the world in Secret of Mana, the Mana War.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
That's fine. We got
sea slugs are not terrible, as far as I remember. Mana War might as well just be a sea slime.
Yeah.
Did we determine that saving MP for healing would be better for Orf at this point and for other assistance things? Because his weapon is doing at least as much as Fireball these days, or thereabouts?
That
he
is
did 43 with Fireball, but how much does he do with an attack? I couldn't tell you.
probably 20 something. Uh-oh, they can call for help. This is not good. I'm gonna take out the Man of War because sometimes he is a heal slime class enemy.
Well, he's a hurt slime, really.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, interesting. They called for help, so although they're not contiguous on the screen, they are all part of the same group.
I was looking at that, yeah.
Just by virtue of turning their color blue, these are more interesting enemies and look more fantastical.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One of the things, Matt, that I was commenting on, one of the reasons why I'm not as fond of this game, is that a lot of the enemies, especially in the very early game, or actually just the early game, or like the first half of the game, are just normal real-world critters, maybe slightly larger than usual. And I miss my fantasy monsters.
Where's my Magidraki?
There was one, but it was green.
That's okay, I can deal with a green one.
Which I think is its color in future games as well.
Oh, weird.
I miss my purple and red ones from Dragon Warrior 1.
That was
Yeah.
truly the best. So, this is the point. Oh,
what?
no.
That's
Oh, no.
right.
Great
They have this
Delaware.
stupid. That's right. I forgot enemies can crit in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
That's fine. If we can make this, if we can make it out of this with both remaining party members still remaining, then it's worth
One of them is
getting
asleep.
what XP we can get.
If they can make it out of Delaware.
It's like 3 miles in either direction. They'll make it.
We're fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. Hopefully we can return from the ship. Oh, that would be funny. If they did leave the ship where it was, and then you're in the middle of the
Just
ocean.
instantly
and
soft lock.
Soft lock.
Yeah.
All right.
So as I was starting to say, before someone went and died on us, this is the part of the game where this is the part of not every, but many RPGs where the world suddenly opens up.
Yeah.
When you're faced with this kind of thing, how do you all normally play?
I tend to go to the most recent points of interest that were pointed out to me by NPCs, and if I find that they're a little bit too much for me to handle, I will level a little bit before then continuing in that same direction, since that's where the game is pointing me to go.
Yeah, I've said before that I usually like to go find wherever the most difficult place is and then buy the highest level weapons from the closest town
Yeah.
in that area.
Interesting.
But there is a point where if it's impossible, then you still have to unpoison yourself.
Yep.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, there's a point where that's not always an easy option to do, and obviously at some point you have to figure out where you were actually supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
I usually explore, just go as far as my ship, airship, floating island, whatever will take me, and just catalog all of the locations that are available to me, and then decide where I want to spend my time.
I like that.
I mean, for example, in Dragon Quest VIII, when you, I guess, slight spoilers, when you get the boat in that game, you've already, you spawn basically next to what's effectively the mini medal redemption area. So that's usually what I do, is just immediately go and redeem all of the mini medals that I've accrued. And then you are just kind of left up to your own devices, so you just kind of wander about the immediate vicinity. And I think you do have a destination explained to you by just general NPCs and the story up to that point. Honestly, I only just played the game recently. I should remember better than that.
Oh yeah, they still have the little maze area kind of vaguely.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
It's cute.
There's nothing over here.
Except
We can
poison
search in that
lilies.
little- Sorry, also Nathaniel, you said floating island. Who was it who recently played the Final Fantasy Legend?
I
Somebody
did.
was-
I
did?
started. I played one session, died, and said, "Well, this may not be the game that I'm looking for right now."
Oh, so you didn't get to the part with the floating island.
No.
Oh, okay, because
I
that's
have
the one
played
game.
Final Fantasy Legend.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, when you say floating island, that's the first thing that I think about.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I mean, floating
I mean,
wasn't the right adjective for the one that I was thinking of, but yes, there are games where you can drive islands and floating cities and things. Breath of Fire 2.
Yes.
Ooh, that reminds
Whatever
me.
your vehicle of choice is. Dragon Warrior 5, I think you can fly a town also, if I remember correctly.
It's also something you can do in the original Megami Tensei, is that you eventually get to... Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the town exactly. But basically, so you're going down into the tower. So you start out in the Tower of Daedalus, and then you defeat the Minotaur at the bottom of it, and then you move on to... Oh, I'm blanking on the... I thought I could get down there, that other area from here, but I cannot. Then you...
I will say, why don't we just not bother
Okay, yeah,
dealing with
there's
this part of the
nothing here.
continent?
Oh yeah, because we were about to die there the last time we came here.
Yeah, okay.
Or I think we.
So my suggestion is either let's explore the northeast and southeast part of the continent that we haven't even touched yet, or go back to the ocean and find some other point of interest.
Yeah,
Because we
that's a good
clearly
point.
can't go into the Dragon Warrior's castle yet. The Dragon Lord's castle. Well, it would be the Dragon
became
Warrior's
the
castle
dragon, yeah.
if the Dragon Warrior in the first game said, "Yes, of course, I'll be your right-hand man."
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, let's head to the northeast area by the village of Cole.
Also, do we want to start thinking about where would be a good place to end this video?
Oh,
That is what would be a good place to. Oh, hey, look, we have the.
you can head straight into it.
Is there a dragon in
This
here?
looks different.
It would have been a lot easier to find the princess in this space.
That's
Yep.
funny.
Well,
Super.
great.
That's all that it is now. Well,
Back we go.
now wait. If you sorry, now I'm just thinking about Pokemon. If you search, is there a potion or
Is there a
something?
potion on the
for-
left
In
side?
yeah. But yes, I agree. Find something to eat and take a
Yep.
end the episode.
Mm-hmm. Let's just check and see if the village of Cole is up there. If not, we can probably return
yeah.
to the main castle of Tegel.
Cantigel.
And gentle.
Tangential Castle.
Yeah. So
It certainly feels like it at this point. Uh-oh.
what was the other? Oh, Rimuldar.
This might be
Rimuldar.
doable if you focus down the baboons first.
Yeah, because you were mostly at full hit points. Mostly.
Alright, this one's alright.
Yeah, we can handle some magic ants.
You know, oh, I should save this question for the next episode when there's more time to discuss it.
So sorry. Speaking of games that we have played at various times. So James, you had suggested to me 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
Yes.
I bought it. It was on sale.
Nice.
Yes. And I have to say, for once in several years, I am actually enjoying a game.
Hey,
Oh, that's pretty
fantastic. Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's
Let's
a lot
take
of
these
games
on.
that
Yeah.
there's a lot of games that I play that I might be like,
No, the baboons.
whatever I played.
Yeah, focus down those
Yes.
baboons.
I think I mentioned on the podcast that I was playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Mm-hmm.
All right is a perhaps an excess of how I felt about that game. Perhaps all right would be too good of a qualifier for it.
So
Um,
below average, perhaps.
Yeah. Like I played it, I guess, because I am somewhat of a fan of Digimon, right?
Hey, there we go.
And
Okay.
there's a point where I want to catch them all, right?
I feel
And
that.
so, so whatever, I played it, I beat it. And then to turn around and play 13 Sentinels, I was actually wildly surprised to be like, man, the story's good, the gameplay's good.
Are you fully healed?
I'm working on it.
So yes, thank you for the suggestion. I would not have checked it out otherwise.
Yeah. It apparently, like, the game. The crazy thing is that the game released in Japan initially to relatively little acclaim, and then Miyamoto and Sakurai from Nintendo and HAL Labs started playing it.
No, go back, talk to him, get your
All
magic
right, we gotta
back,
get our
man.
MP. And then basically a whole bunch of like really big Japanese game developers, people at Nintendo and other companies played the game and started giving it huge praise, and sales took off in Japan. And then Sony just like completely flubbed the marketing opportunity everywhere else because it was originally a PS4 exclusive. And so like it got almost no attention. Wow, Orpheo's close to a level up.
Orpheo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to 1,800 points exactly. Even nice even number
Yeah,
there. So the game did not when word of mouth spread, the game got more attention and it enough to warrant the Switch release, etc. But it was a huge hit in Japan, but not so much elsewhere. And I just think that's a huge crime because they also had to do they were potentially going to cancel the game's English dub because that was right when the term I like to use is the human malware hit the world because it was 2020. But they kept doing it. They did the entire or almost the entire English dub recording and working from home, and it sounds like it was done in a studio, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And the fact that the English dub is as good as it is, which is it's actually a superb English dub, it's amazing. The soundtrack's also really good.
Sorry, am I putting off us ending this episode and we can continue this discussion?
Yes, but
in
I'm
the next
very
one?
happy to delay just to talk more about this video game that I love.
Yes, but we should talk while walking, while whacking
Yeah.
enemies with sticks.
Okay,
Yeah.
We
fair
gotta
enough.
level up so we can go to Charlock.
That's it. This is a double-length episode. We're not stopping. All right. Okay.
I think
but
we can
will.
stop for
Yeah. We can stop here, and we will talk more about all of this stuff in the next episode.